Hello, everyone. It's Dr. Manjiri Nadkarni. Just going to go live quickly on Facebook and Instagram. Yes, I think I'm live. Perfect. So I'm live on Facebook as well as Instagram. Coming to you straight from my office, we are going to discuss about healthy gut today. And gut health is one of the most important aspects of your health. When we talk about a healthy gut, your healthy gut is going to keep all the other systems in your body functioning well. And in Ayurveda, it is commonly said that all diseases that are created, which are not based in trauma, are created from a poor functioning digestive system. In Ayurveda, we give a huge importance to Agni or your digestive capacity, your digestive processes, essentially, which are a huge part of your gut health for your overall health, right? So that's what we're going to discuss. And often, signs of unhealthy gut can go missed, so people always um, think that, oh, I have a fairly healthy diet, or I've tried this new cleanse, I'm trying this new diet, I'm trying these supplements, so no matter what you're trying, the one thing to understand is if you have a healthy gut, only then your digestion absorption is going to be optimal, and only then can you digest and assimilate the foods that you're eating. And it's not just about the quality of the food, so you're not just what you eat, but you're what you digest, assimilate, and also eliminate, right? And these are extremely important facets to your digestion. So the reason I'm discussing 7 signs you have an unhealthy gut is because these signs are often missed. These signs are often ignored by most people, and that is why it is extremely important for you to understand that um, these are signs coming from my gut, right? So the number one thing is stomach discomfort, right? If you are constantly bloated, if you're gassy, if you have diarrhea, if you have constipation, if you have heartburn, if you have any kind of abdominal pain, either higher up in the stomach region, lower up near your intestines, any of the flanks as well, right? So if you have any pain in your abdomen, any pain in your stomach, you have an unhealthy gut. And if you have been diagnosed with conditions like IBS, irritable bowel syndrome, if you've been diagnosed with diverticulitis, if you've been diagnosed with different conditions related to gut function, you are already having an unhealthy gut, right? So, any discomfort, any bloating, any gas. Now, occasionally to get bloated, if you had something out of the norm, or if the food had, an example I can give you is on the weekend, we celebrated the Indian New Year, or the Hindu New Year as per the Indian calendar, and we call it Gudi Padwa. So there was a huge feast, right? And some of the bread that was fried had some baking soda, and everybody was bloated, so that is fine. But if you wake up every single morning with stomach discomfort, if you are in a lot of pain, abdominal pain, if you're bloated, if you're gassy, if you're constantly constipated or chronically constipated, or you have constant diarrhea, if you have recurrent diarrhea, if you have loose motions, if you have unsatisfactory motions, if you have heaviness in your abdominal region, any kind of discomfort in your belly region, is a sign that your gut is not healthy, right? And it's one of the main or direct signs. The second sign might be surprising for some people, but if you are addicted to sugars, right? If you are constantly having sugar cravings, if you constantly need something sweet to eat, that shows that your gut health is not optimal, and you could have a lot of yeast overgrowth in your digestive tract, right? So typically gut microbes will relate certain proteins that will regulate hormones leptin and ghrelin. But if you are not satisfied, if you constantly eat sugar, if you have candidiasis in the gut, all these bad bacteria, or if your hormone signaling for satiety, that you're satisfied with your food, is off, it is a sign that your gut is imbalanced, right? Third is if you lack sleep, if you really struggle to sleep, no matter what you've tried, if you are taking up some salt baths or if you're taking your magnesium, but you end up staying up at night, it's hard for you to fall asleep. It could be a sign of poor gut health, right? Now, your serotonin or your happy hormone is produced in the gut. About 70 to 80% of serotonin is produced in the gut. So, any sleep disturbances as well as mood disturbances will show that you have an unhealthy gut. Fourth is any unintentional weight changes. Now, when we talk about poor gut health, it's not always related to weight loss or weight gain, right? It could be either ways. So, some people say that, okay, I have a poor gut health and that's why I'm not losing weight. 100% that's true, because poor gut health will create a lot of inflammation. It will create a lot of stress on the system. It can activate your stress hormones, and it could lead to a lot of belly fat. It could lead to water retention. It could lead to excess fat gain. At the same time, if you are someone who has chronic digestive conditions, if you are not digesting the food properly, you're not going to pick up any nutrition from it. And certain people will lose enormous amounts of weight even without trying. And they feel awfully sick, they feel extremely tired, they feel extremely exhausted. That's also a sign that your gut is not functioning well. Now, the fifth one is the one thing that I get asked a lot, right? So, when I'm doing a live, people will be like, what do you do for your skin? The one thing that I really take care of when it comes to my skin is my gut health. Because every time I eat out of the norm, if I eat too spicy, it shows up as a lot of reddish ness on my skin. If I eat a vata imbalancing food, or something that's too dry, again it will show up as dryness. So your skin is the direct representation of how healthy your gut is, right? And if you have a healthy skin, it shows that your digestion is normal. You're breaking the foods down, the foods are getting processed into your tissue levels at a proper way. And especially your rasadhatu, which from an Ayurvedic perspective is the first transformation of the food that you've eaten, is reflected on the skin, right? So if you have a lot of bad bacteria in your gut, if you have a yeast overgrowth in the gut, if you have a lot of dryness in the gut, if you have a lot of erratic, you know, um, wind in the gut, it's not going to show up as healthy skin, and that will be one big sign that your gut is unhealthy. The sixth one is sluggishness. If you wake up tired, if you feel sluggish throughout the day, if you feel like, oh, I have no energy, I'm just dragging myself constantly, right? If you wake up without feeling refreshed, if you are just like living according to the clock without even enjoying and feel awful, that shows your gut is unhealthy. If you're not digesting food, you're not going to pick up the nutrients, you're not going to form all the body tissues in optimal ranges, and this will create a lot of sluggishness in the system. From an Ayurvedic perspective, we call this a state of ama, right? So, whenever your digestive fire is weak, it's not going to break the foods down, which leads to a lot of digestive toxicity. In modern medicine, you can understand this either as food allergen complexes that make you extremely tired and sluggish, or you can understand this as some kind of a food toxicity that's making you very sluggish, right? In Ayurveda, we call it ama, and sluggishness is one of the main signs that you have ama. And bad breath, right? So, bad breath or halitosis, if you are regularly visiting your dentist and you still cannot get rid of bad breath, it is coming from your gut, right? So a poor gut health will lead to a lot of fermentation in the system, and that is why there could be unpleasant odors in your breath, and this is another big sign of gut health. So far we've discussed seven main signs of unhealthy gut. I'm just going to give a quick revision. One was any kind of stomach discomfort, whether we talk about bloating, gas, constipation, diarrhea, any pain in the abdomen, higher or lower, it will show you have an unhealthy gut. If you have constant cravings to sugar, it will show you have an unhealthy gut. If you cannot sleep well, or and if you wake up unrefreshed, if your sleep gets interrupted all the time, you have a poor gut health. any unintentional weight gain or any unintentional weight loss, right, can show there are some changes in your gut microbiome. They're not healthy. Fifth one, your skin is a direct reflection of your gut health. So if you have any patches on your skin, a lot of redness on the skin, or if you're breaking out constantly, having lots of acne, hormonal acne, or cystic acne, it will show that your gut is unhealthy. And in these cases, when you take care of your gut, it is seen that you can also reverse the changes done on your skin, right? The sixth one is sluggishness. If you don't have enough energy, if you feel tired, sluggish all the time, it is because your body has a lot of bad bacteria in the system and your body is unable to detoxify as well. Again, this is a hallmark sign of ama, where the digestive fire is not strong, and that's why you're causing a lot of digestive toxicity. And this shows that you have poor gut health. And the seventh one was bad breath. If you are brushing your teeth regularly, if you're going to your dentist, if you're cleaning your teeth, but nothing seems to work and you still struggle with bad breath, it shows that you have poor gut health, right? So I know a few of you are watching this live on Facebook and a few of you are watching this live on Instagram. Which of the signs, like the seven signs that I described, can you see it in yourself? It's kind of an awkward question, but let me know which of the seven signs are you struggling with. And one of the biggest things when it comes to gut health is correcting your digestion, right? So it's not just about taking enzymes, it's not just about taking a probiotic, because sometimes even there are certain steps you have to do even before you take a probiotic, right? And from an Ayurvedic perspective, we discuss Agni or your digestive fire, and there can be different types of manifestation of this digestive fire, and there are certain pathological states of it as well. So you really have to pay attention to it. So Sandy is saying that my husband's breath, yes. So if he has tried everything, this is probably the reason why his breath is not getting fixed, no matter how much he brushes, it's because of the digestive issues, right? So number one step for an unhealthy gut is to get a reality check what exactly is happening. I would suggest keeping a diary. You can write down how many times have you had the discomfort, how many times have you had diarrhea or constipation, where does it hurt. So really, first thing is to be aware of what's going on. Second thing, I always tell all my clients, get tested for food sensitivities and food allergies. They are extremely common. They are way more common than you think about them. So if you can join me here at Blue Water Nutrition, if you want, you can book your appointment for a free 15-minute consultation or an allergy test, and I'll be more than happy to help you with the food testing. And taking or eliminating these food allergies is going to be one of the best steps that you have taken towards your gut health, right? The third thing is you have to understand what's going wrong with your gut. So from an Ayurvedic perspective, when we talk about pathological states of Agni, it could be that you're creating a lot of acidity, a lot of fermentation in the system, or it could be that your digestion is completely sluggish, or it could be that your digestion is completely erratic, where sometimes you can digest, sometimes you can't digest, right? So each of the three pathological states will have different protocols to help bring them back to normal, which is called the Samagni state, right? I want to say a quick hi to Chanchal. It's nice to see you after a long time. So I'm going to end my short Wellness Wednesday discussion here, that, just be mindful of your digestive systems, bring awareness. If you are struggling with these symptoms for a long time, please seek help. Do not ignore bloating, do not ignore gas, do not ignore these symptoms, because once your digestive system is unhealthy, often it will end up compromising your immune health. Often it will end up compromising the health of your other systems, right? Your systems, your body can get very toxic if your digestion is not working well. Before I go, I just wanted to add one more thing, that I'm hosting the Ayurveda Spring Reset that starts next week. It is a reset where we are going to use the superpower of food to help realign, reset our bodies. And we are going to do some practices that will also help calm down our mind. The master class is tomorrow. So if you are interested in joining it live, you can just message me and I will share the link. The reset is still open. We have 33 amazing women signed up. I'm super excited. And we still have 5 more spots left. So if you want to join us, please either comment on the comment section here. You can also check out the link in Instagram or message me, and I'll be more than happy to have you with us. Thank you once again for watching. I will be back next week on April the 13th, and we are going to discuss about how to repair your gut using Ayurveda. So today we've talked about how to identify unhealthy gut. Next time, we're going to discuss all about repairing your gut using the superpower of Ayurveda. So stay tuned for next Wednesday at 12 in the afternoon. Thanks. Have a fantastic day.